Hi, everybody. This is George. I wanted to kind of go over the assignment that's coming due on Sunday. Uh, Everybody's storyboard is very close to where it needs to be from what you turned in the discussion forums. So I just wanted to kind of go over the storyboard and the site map because those seem to be two places where a lot of questions always come up. So I wanted to just kind of give an overall briefing about it. None of the content, I believe, is anyone's going to really have a lot of questions about as far as what's going to be in there, and that is, oh, I should close that one. From our rubric, what's going to be in there? It's all the learner content, learning objectives, and all that. I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of questions on that, but I do want to talk about the wireframe and the storyboard, not wireframe, I'm sorry, the site map and storyboard. So let's start with the site map. Notice the legend is what's important here. So blue static screen, kind of that tan is the new section. The gray is a content slide, and the green is learner activity. So this person made it up. It's very linear in nature, and that's perfectly okay because sometimes we want to go from point to point to point to point. Just depends what we're learning. So the all the sitemap does is it just points where the navigation is going to go to. So notice our introduction. I can either go to section 2, or I can go through my introduction stuff like information, literature, what do you think, all that good stuff. Um, and from the splash screen, it looks like I can select any of these. So that would kind of tell me what the navigation is. And that's all this sitemap is for. It's all about navigation. So just keep the words very high level and get it, just make it so it just points to wherever you can go from whatever screen you're on. And then the, here we go, storyboard. Here's the splash screen this person's using. Now, this person looks like they have already been working in their tool. You do not have to be working in your tool yet. This is a paper prototype. You can use Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Keynote, whatever piece of software you like. Just make sure that you show where the navigation buttons are, where your content's going to be, where your graphics are going to be, things like that. So with that being said, if you were working at something that looked a little bit different than this style of storyboard, like a table with the data and all that stuff in it, that's perfectly okay. All you need to do is create a slide master or a slide template where you label, okay, navigation button, say next button, or whatever navigation buttons you're going to have there, where the content's going to go, where the media is going to go, where it's graphics, all that, objectives and all that. So just create a single master slide, then you can just basically drop in whatever information you want when you're building. But for the purpose of our project for this week that's due on Sunday, you just need that master slide template and then keep your storyboard as it is. So that's the way we would handle that one. So, and nothing's wrong with doing it that way. A lot of people do. It's a completely acceptable method and way to go. So it just depends on what you're doing. Now, this person, as you can see, they've done a lot of work in the tool. Do not have to be in the tool. If you notice, let's look from trash to treasure. This is more, okay, this is like Microsoft Word sort of thing. The only thing missing in the assessment here is navigation buttons. We need to be able to see the navigation buttons. And that's it. So as you go through, and as you think of the self-assessment that you're doing, think of it as a state of when it's built. So are you making it right now to a place that's going to get the 5 stars? Is that going to be where your project's going to be? So just ask yourself and answer yourself honestly. And if you are, fine. If not, this is the perfect time to make any adjustments. If anyone needs help going through these specific parts and pieces, please let me know. We can jump into the virtual office. We can do whatever it takes. So I look forward to seeing everybody's paper prototypes. And always remember to just kind of enjoy the process, get lost in all the good stuff that's happening and just enjoy the process. So have a good night.